Great. Having a mortal leader in the House of Ballads. Will take some getting used. I will be here waiting.
It cheers me. What does it mean when all you've come to know is no longer goodbye?
Beautiful Belle, and I look around thinking, go on then.
Forget persuasion. Your courage is enough to convince anyone of anything. If you understand my meaning, bye-bye.
Please, it's my daughter. She needs my help.
Those she holds dear prosper and thrive, yet the strong and the proud fall beneath her displeasure.
Why, hello. Welcome to Brad and Sergrin. What brings the likes of you to our peaceful little town? If it's trade, Aethiof and I are more than happy to have your business. Oh yes, Lyria's blessing, our priestess calls it. We have good trade, good health. No violence, no crime. Why, not a soul's been thrown in the... Ah, Gwastel, you old fool. You never did know when to keep your mouth shut. Now listen here. If I so much as breathe a word of the prisoner, Priestess Corellon will... Oh, but there I've gone again. Please, not a word of this to anyone. I've said more than I should already. They'll be angry with me if they find out. Please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. Just an old merchant, enjoying a comfortable life in the countryside, although trade has been rather slow lately. My business partner, poor fellow. He's lost so much to the coast. Now his own daughter's gone back there. It'd be a risky venture to say it will end well. I've gone and run on at the mouth again. Tyrion's Rest is a lovely place, and what's done is done, and locked away and forgotten. Trade is good. Not what you'll find in Rathir, to be sure, but please, have a look for yourself. We buried our things during the war. I left something I love, but with all the danger there, I won't go wading back. Come again.
They don't belong.
Greetings, traveler. I am the mayor of this village, its priestess, and its guiding light. Now tell me, child, are you also a follower of the goddess Lyria? Then you are most welcome here to the village of Tyrion's Rest. If you seek healing, I can aid you. The doors of our inn, trader, locksmith, and sanctuary are all gladly open to the weary visitor. A prisoner? Who's been speaking such nonsense? We do have a jail, but it has sat empty for many years. This is not Rathir, or some Varani outpost. We bar Galafor from all refugees, and so have no need for it. Our village is a lesson in Lyria's blessings. Take the two villages, Tyrion's Rest and Kuln. When the Tuathas struck this land, which stood strong? That which loved Lyria most. Why, Lyria is the goddess of magic and of all good, Alfar. Those who love and cleave to her will prosper, as we have done. In the 10 years since war swept across these plains, I have guided this village by Lyria's light and by the wisdom of her teachings. I was a humble student of faith when I heard the call. It was so keen and clear. I left the temple that day to serve my people as I could. When the war brought Fae to our doors, there was but one righteous Almain, our own Aethiof. That is why we welcomed him and his willful daughter to our home. You may visit its ruins on the coast. They are a testament to what befall all who displease my Lady of Fate. Aethiof's daughter and the others who went to resettle there showed great ignorance as to the finality of her will. By my Lady Lyria's grace, I have the power to heal and to cure. We must do what we can for our Alfar soldiers across the water. Mayra, our innkeep, takes donations for the cause. Bless you.
No vagrants, no beggars, no fae.
Hello, stranger.
You're new. Not a refugee, are you? Don't look it. No fae, no refugees, not in Tyrion's Rest. Who's talking such nonsense? You'll find no criminals in Tyrion's Rest. We see to that. I fought in the war, but Priestess Corellon is my general now. Without her guidance, every one of us will be huddled in tents like refugees. The Priestess guides, and I guard. She lights the path, and I keep a sharp eye for those that stray. They'd have done well to lead a pious life before the war. They think they can come crawling here for a second chance. But it's too late. The wheat has been parted from the chaff. There is nothing for them but to accept their fate as Lyria dealt it. I fought in Gallifore Plain and the War of Paris. Took a wound in Oriata's lance. I served my time, served with honor. Tuatha, summer, winter, it makes no difference. They're no friend of mortal kind. What do you expect of a thing with no grasp of morality or honor or death? Well?
Here's a valiant adventurer come to sleepy Tyrion's Rest. The war cheer you up and spit you out too? If not, it will. And you'll find yourself in some damn tavern, rotting behind a mug of ale. Oh-ho! Aurella won't be too happy about this. Well, I never said a word, but if you happen to wander down to Burren Cove, behind the jail itself, well, there might be sights to see. It's a fine hill, if you like to sit and rot in your old age. That or praise Lyria's toes morn, noon and night. Just a sorry old remnant of the war. Not sorrier than those damn refugees, the poor sots. The war? Ha! The war's a grislier beast than these poor fools have dreamt of. Best not to talk of them in this village. Lyria doesn't love them, or so I've heard, and she's not the only one. Goodbye, then.
Well, a new face.
Greetings.
You are not Nil the White, nor the priestess. Have you come to laugh, or to beg me for oracles? Nothing at all. I sit in reverie. I cannot stretch beyond the confines of this circle. Because the priestess and Nil the White put me here, and I cannot leave. It is a prison of powerful magic. The magic of the children of dust. Magic that is strange to me. Yes, more than anything. But as you see, I cannot. There is the gate, which Nil the White can unlock with his key. And there is the circle, my true prison, which can be broken by words only the priestess herself knows. Is that why you have come? You'll need Nil's key to open this gate. The magic words of the priestess will release me from her circle. It was he and the priestess who put me here. He returns from time to time to sputter and gloat with his scarred thoughts. She saps the power from my limbs and uses it for her own. She is as the cypress, standing tall in a calm, yet bending in the slightest breeze. They brought me here to know the future, wanting riches, wanting luck. When I could give them none of those things, they spat and called me Tuatha and left. Why have you come here, Dustly?
There. Stand forth. I'd like to know just what you've been doing in there. On second thought, no. I'm much happier not knowing. Fine day to you. Go in there and see for your damn self. I won't stop you. I'm paid to guard this cove, and that's what I do. No one enters, no one leaves. None but the good priestess, or old white Nil. I imagine it's a fine enough village, if you don't mind some going on about Lyria, and you're not a refugee. He's the priestess's old watchdog, that's what he is, and my commander. She says bark, he barks, bite, he bites. He keeps me and the militia orderly, and sits on his bench, that's all. Not much I can tell you about the good priestess. For one, I'm not sure she can't hear us, even now. Her power covers this town, and she coddles it like a newborn child. Smothers it, sometimes, if you ask me. It's what we've got for a prison here. Common cells off that way. They don't get much use. Hardly none at all. Then there's, well, there's what lies beyond this door, which is neither for you nor I to go poking about in. Aye.
It's safe from here to Rathir, but don't go south. No crime troubles this pious village. Wouldn't like to see that change.
As long as you're not a refugee or a damned fake. crime troubles this pious village.
Goddess be with you.
Wouldn't like to see that.
White Nil Kern, they call me. I wore white when I went to war. Now is my age. I see. It's not pretty, but it had to be done. If you'd seen all that I have, those creatures are a menace. All Fae are the same. They look harmless enough, but what they are is a threat to all Alfar. So you can go and set that thing free? Do you take me for a fool? I've said all I've got to say. I don't need to defend what I've done to a green stripling of the likes of you. A wise person knows when to be silent. I know I do. Well then.
Guards!
You there! Halt! Don't let me catch you making trouble again.
Refugees aren't welcome here.
May your stay in our town be blessed. I am sure I don't know what you are speaking of. Do what? Are you accusing a daughter of Lyria of... Do you know who I am? If you persist in speaking nonsense, I will ask you to leave Tyrion's Rest. I have nothing more to say to you. You are forgiven, as it is Lyria's nature to forgive. You, there. See that a guard keeps watch within my sanctuary.
my powers return. Benevolent child of dust, accept this gift. Find me among hill and dale. If you are hurt, I will heal you. First, I must leave this cave a little while, mortal, and renew myself with the land. I have not yet made up my mind what turn of seasons are due to him. I do not think they will be mild. The spell is cut like the tree's deep root. What powers she took from me have ceased to flow.
This is the sanctuary, where we worship and where our priestess lays her head. What other god or goddess holds magic, mystery, and fate in her hands? None. You would be wise to seek her favor. Galafor has been sanctified and blessed by Lyria. Those who weathered her wrath unscathed are blessed as well. We pray to the goddess Lyria. When war raged in Erethel, we found the words of our priestess to guide and shield us. We are truly blessed that she is here to lead us. I'm fortunate she holds me in her closest confidence. Lyria, smile on you.
Oh, I know you are the one who freed that danger. Yes, danger. He came to me, cursed me. My powers are gone. I cannot heal or protect the people of my village. And then what he did to White Nil. The poor man. He is down in the cove now, crawling around like a mindless animal. That Fae stole my power, but what it did to Nil... What misery you've brought on our heads! Then you should not have meddled. Perhaps it was wrong of Nil to lock that thing up. But I assure you, it was equal folly to let it loose on Galafor. Let all pray to Lyria for forgiveness, lest she show her wrath. Bereft of his senses after the Fae, he's gone down into the cove, and nothing I say will make him come out again. Even if I had my former powers, I would not waste them on you, you meddling ingrate. Bless you.
All of it Fae. All of it twining growth and nowhere safe. Oh! All of it Fae. All of it twining growth and nowhere safe. Oh!
Goddess of power and fate, hear my prayer. Priestess Coralon's summons are so full of
move me
strength
to
and hope
tears.
and wisdom.
The hill across the way is called Beggar's Bluff because every month some fool refugee wanders in from the western plains. The people of Rathir hold fast to Lyria, but our faith is purer. Why? The people of Rathir hold fast to Lyria, but...
It's true! A Fae loose in Gallifore! Best to stay indoors. It's true! A
Priestess Coralon's summons are so full of strength and hope and wisdom.
As long as you're not a refugee or a damn Fae, well,
The priestess says Lyria spared Aethiof, but destroyed his faithless village.
Can I help you?
Priestess Coralon's sermons are so full of strength, hope, and wisdom. Priestess Coralon's sermons are so...
Lyria has guided us through war and famine. The priestess says Lyria spared Aethiof.
Hello, stranger.
Please, can't you help? I need someone to travel to the Tawili coast. It's my daughter. It's the land that lies along the western edge of the Forian Strait. The coast bore the brunt of the Tuatha invasion 10 years ago. Anala led a group of refugees to the town of Kuln. I warned her not to go, but she's always been a strong-willed girl. I should have heard from her by now, and the caravanners say that bands of Tuatha have landed on the coast. If anything happened to Anela, I don't know what I'd do. Please, help me. It's been 10 years since we drove the Tuatha from these lands, and still the refugees are living in tents on the Forsaken Plain. They've talked of resettling Kuln. Anela took up their cause and agreed to lead them there. You will? At last! Mitharu bless you, friend. Anela led the refugees to the ruins of Kuln on the Tawili coast. Look for her there. If she's hurt, bring her back safely. If she's dead... The ruins lie south of Rathir and the old battleground. If there's trouble, the settlers may have hidden, possibly in the village. I know what Kuln meant to her. She was just a child when we fled. But this is folly. The village stood alone along the Tawili coast, overlooking the sea. It was one of the first places to fall when the Tuatha invaded. Kuln has been abandoned for years, and it's a place best forgotten. Anela was determined to rebuild it, though. This is my adopted home. The people have been good to me here. But there is no use talking to them of certain things. I gave up trying long ago. I'm a merchant, originally of Kuln, and I have seen my share of grief. Even though the Tuatha army is held inside Cluricon, small groups can sneak through the mountains and across the water. It's happened before. If the rumors are true, Anela and the refugees will be right in the path of any raiders. I told her it was too dangerous. Why wouldn't she listen?
There's a Fae loose.
Long as you're not a refugee or a death.
First, the Pyrrhal tree. Then the shapes of trees and heads and hawks, made by the white caps of the waves before they crashed. Then 1,000 other wonders in my lands have faded, failed, and fallen still. All I know and love is slipping from my grasp.
Just playing.
They found me! Have mercy. Make it quick. Thank Mitharu. I thought I'd die here, the last of Culn's settlers, alone. Manella and the foragers were out when the Tuatha came. It was a massacre until they returned and drove them off. She and the others set off for Verki, where Anella said they came from. If you've got any hope of finding her alive, you'll get there quickly. Verki, head south through the narrow pass, then turn east. If you want to help her, you better go now. She promised we'd rebuild Culn. Should have known that was impossible. Can't blame her. We chose to come here, hoping that war was far enough gone that we might rebuild. When we arrived, there was nothing here. Then, like a second dawn march, they were everywhere. Why do they hate us? They're not like the other Fae. Stronghold in southern Tawili, mostly destroyed during the war. All around you, this was Culn. It might have been again, but now everyone is gone. Damn Tuatha. It was after the Tuatha's first defeat in Erythal. They were scattered, but regrouped south of Tawili. Under cover of night, they marched north, and with the dawn attacked Rathir. General Telera's forces cut them off and drove them back into the sea. Anyone who could fight had left to forage. When the Tuatha finally came, there was no one to resist. After 10 years spent wandering the plains, we thought we could rebuild our homes. How could we be so wrong?
The jagged cliffs, angles meeting the swollen sea, treacherous to the ungainly Alfar, was the homeland our people took. I have seen the places upon the hillside our ancestors forged from sea-sculpted stone. Glir Rathwen, the bluffs of Twili, were settled near the light of the heavens that glittered brightest, gazing towards Lyria's teardrop, the earth steeple rising to meet her magnificence.
Die, Tuatha! I appreciate the help, but my work here isn't done. Unless you're going deeper into Verki, I'll take my leave. I'm not going back until the work is done. You'll just have to help. They're coming in through the water gates in the depths of this place. They must have found them. That's their way in. We see Tuatha crawling out of here every time we pass. As for the gates, I remember them from when I was a child, before the Tuatha came. Unexpected, but thank you. With you here, we just might make it. Let's go. At the bottom, of course. They were used to let boats in. You can be sure we'll find more Tuatha along the way. What did my father say of me? I can look after myself, though I'm grateful for your help all the same. I should have sent word, but I wanted to give him good news from Colne. Tell him things had gotten better. But they never did. And it's my fault that the refugees were lost. After 10 years, we thought we could rebuild. I led them here, and here they died. The idea was mine, as is the blame. We were out looking for supplies. Came home to find Tuatha attacking the village. All those people dead, at the hands of those monsters. We drove off the first group, but they just kept coming. The survivors scattered. I left to find where the Tuatha had come from. Most of this place fell in the war, but it appears the lower levels were mostly unharmed, lucky for us. Those of us who could defend ourselves went out to find supplies. The rest stayed and helped in ruins. Tuatha picked us off, one by one. Are we going?
I smell the stink.
Well enough? a lever to the gate. Throw it. The gate lever! There! The gate lever! There! They can't get in this way anymore. Let's go. It's finished. Return with me. If I know my father, he'll want to thank you in person. Are we going?
Returned. What am I doing? I will never forget what you have done for me, and Anella. No thanks could ever be enough, but please, accept this humble reward. Just an old merchant with his share of grief, but his share of fortune, too. I have a home here in Tyrion's Rest, and my daughter by my side. Not a bird to be caged, I'm afraid. Still, I hope her time on the Twilly coast has opened her eyes to the realities of the world. I, too, dream of seeing Culm rebuilt, but I fear it will be years past this war's end before such a thing could be.
You're always welcome, friend. Perhaps I'll be a merchant like my father. Perhaps I'll be a different sort, kind that does some good. My father is just what he seems to be, an old merchant with a good heart. He's training me in his trade, but if I could, I'd be fighting the Tuatha. I know, it was too soon to resettle. Don't you think I knew that as soon as we arrived? Some things have to be seen through, though, no matter what. These people give gold for the war, but spit on its refugees. It's a town for fools and hypocrites, and my father.
If it isn't our young adventurer.
Caught me daydreaming there. So sorry. It's good to have Aethie off with his heart and head back in the business. And of course Anella home as well. She'll make a fine trader, once she's got that wanderlust out of her blood. Common of the youth, don't you think? Good day then.
Long as you're not a refugee, or a damn fae, you're welcome here.
Yes, dearie. Welcome to the Reedsong Inn. Come in, and Lyria light your way. If you can spare a coin for our troops in the war, well then, all the better. That I do. We all must do our part. Have you got a few coin to spare, then? And what about them? I don't see what they're doing to fight the Fae. There's a good soul. Say, would you do one more favor for an olden keep? This purse is full of collections. Would you be so good as to bring it to the box in our sanctuary? I can't go myself, and there's someone I can't trust. If you want to know the truth of it, someone's been swiping from the collections. We don't know who, but I'm sure you weren't the one. Lyria, bless your fate. Sanctuary's just across the bridge at the end of the walk. The box is inside. And if you happen upon the thief, and in my opinion it must take place in the darkest night, tell the priestess to white nil at once. The sanctuary's crossed the bridge and down the path. The box is inside. You can't miss it. And keep your eyes sharp. A little thief has been taking from that box. Sometime in the dead of night, I imagine. High Priestess Tyrion made camp right here on her sojourn to settle Rathir. It is said she was given a vision by Lyria on this very ground. Our goddess and protector, the Alfar's guiding light, it was her will we were spared the Fae sword 10 years back. As long as you're not a sodding Fae, you're most welcome here. Porella sermons grace and patience, but I lost a son. I'd go over there and wring every one of their evil necks. I'd come back and wring the ones on this side afterwards, for good measure. I hear the conditions in Cluricon are just wretched. My own son was there, gave his life for the cause. That's why I've taken up collection. Every coin goes to those poor soldiers across the water. A room in the inn? Why, you're in luck. I have one to spare. Well, if you ever do, you need but ask. Well, so long.
As long as you're not a refugee.
Ah, the collections.
I have heard someone's been stealing from the box. Can't imagine who.
Pray for our Alfar soldiers across the water. Bless you, child.
Everyone knows Candy has been sneaking off to the Fae pools, but what in Lyria's name is he doing there?
Priestess Coralon's sermons are so full of strength and hope and wisdom. I give to Mayra's collection as often as I can.
priestess's sermons move me to tears.
What are you doing here? I'm just here for a midnight prayer. Ah, what's the use? You've caught me. Yes, I was stealing from the till. It's not as if those doomed sods off in Cluricon need this gold. Not half as much as where I'm putting it. Not in to drink, if that's what you're thinking. There's some wretches off in Forsaken Plain. They don't know it's me. Nobody does. But I leave gold for them when I can down by Snowmelt. Bloody least I can do. You fit right in here. Tyrion's bloody unrest. Well, go ahead then. When they hear all about it, they'll toss me in jail. Not half as bad as my time in the war, nor 1/10 as bad as those poor souls that sleep on the open plains. Goodbye then.
Don't let me catch you making trouble again.
You are a test of faith sent me by the goddess. Grant me strength to endure it. Ah, Florian. I should have known. I will look into this. Thank you. Bless you, child.
Yes, Priestess Orella wished me to speak with you. It is her hope that you might help us with a small matter. You see, vagrants have taken up on Beggar's Bluff, across the way. There is gold for whoever can get them to leave. Galafor is the Valley of the Blessed. They are not worthy and may not live here. Besides, vagrants are desperate and might turn to violence. We cannot have that. We tried that. It seems some knavish wiles turned our guards away. Now they refuse to go back. It is most vexing. That is all the priestess asks. Know that Lyria does not love violence, and we wish them well wherever they roam, but they cannot live here. Beggar's Bluff is the high hill which you can see across Galafor Plain. They have made camp at the old, well, on the north end of the height. Those heights across the Vale went by another name before the war. Now, because of the filthy refugees who wander in from the western plains, we call it Beggar's Bluff. I don't know what trick the vagrants played, but our militia won't go there anymore. They're not scared, more embarrassed. I do hope you'll persuade those vagrants to leave Galafor.
It's safe from here to Rathir, but don't go south. The captain of the watch, Koroth,
Is done now. My powers are my own, and the balance of Galafor has been restored. I have shown White Nil the nature of his soul. It appears he could not accept it, and now he will forever be a prisoner of his own mind. The years I spent within that cove were unending winter, yet my feet touched the soil of this vale, and that is what sustained me. My strength and powers are returned. If you are injured, it would please me to be of help. This one is like a tree whose bark holds strong, but is rotten in its heart. I did no more than show him the truth of his ways. Perhaps it is not evenly balanced. After all, he will die so soon, less than a century, and then the torments he suffers will fade away. The moment you broke her spell, the power she stole returned to me. Yes, she used it as I would have done, to heal and nurture and protect. Therefore I did not treat her with a heavy hand, as I did with Nil the White. And there the mortal goes.
Will I watch the last of life flow from my land? Will I stand still as stone while the essence of its beauty drains away? No. Like Issa girding armor against Own, I, Mihari, will wrestle with the sinking sun, if that is what it takes to keep my land.
You've come to Nareen Farm. What's left of it, that is. Here we are after years away, and it's as if... well, as if the Earth's forgotten us. That, or it's forgotten how to be a farm. We'll have no choice but to leave, unless some miracle comes, and... Why, Auric dear, we'd clean forgot the paling wand. Oh, but it's deep in the hollow. And the Adder's Hollow's not safe. It's not safe at all. Well, if the stories are true, Auric's granddad used it to tame this high land and make crops grow. He'd always say how he had to return it to the hollow, so the hollow's magic could fill it up again. Our seeds don't take, or they turn into other plants. The weeds grow monstrous, and the tilled earth wanders out of planted rows. It's hopeless. You would? There are all sorts of wild fae in there. Oh, but that wand would save us. Adder's Hollow's due south, just below the bluff. If you can bring the wand to us, I don't know how we'll thank you. Let us hope it is, or we'll have no choice but to leave once more. Well, you'll find the hollow due south, and the slope down from the bluff. Without some kind of miracle, it's no farm at all. Mind you, I'm well aware that's just how Tyrion's Rest wants it. Me and Auric here have come back to farm our land. We've been many years away, endured many a trial and hardship to return. To think we once called them friends and neighbors. Am I right, Auric? When the war came and burned our farm, they turned their backs on the likes of us. That Arella, she was what you'd call quite a bit adventurous before the war came and she took up the priestess mantle. Oh, he's a bit quiet, I know, but he's the man for me. Wouldn't have no other. Look at it, laid out before you. How many nights that we've been lonesome wanderers have I dreamed of seeing this again, and now at last we've returned. She wants us to go, does she? Well, I'd like her to go sit on a kobold nest. Oh, but it's all the same. If we can't farm this land, we'd just as well go. For now.
Hello there. So you're really going for the wand? I'd go myself, if I was 10 years younger and wasn't scared witless of Fey Hollows. This farm isn't as it was long ago. It's forgotten us. That's what it's done. Me and my Cerebel have wandered far and wide, driven off by the war, driven back by rogues and scoundrels. That's my pretty love. Don't know where I'd be without her. Now, a hollow never is a safe place for mortals, and some years back we stumbled into one not at all on purpose. It still wakes me from sleep. Those were terrible times. What I'd like to know is why Tawilli's still an ugly scar, and the Forsaken Plains are worse. But here, you'd hardly know it happened. Lyria guide you there and safe on back again.
I saw you speaking with the vagrants, but you are not headed back to town. Tell me, where are you going just now? You must not. Lyria has cast them out. The very fact that they must debase our blessed valley with Fey sorcery proves it. Instead, you should bring the wand to me. Priestess Lorella will destroy it, and that will be an end to that. They'll be forced to go. Only to see those vagrants leave our land peacefully, nothing more. Fear not, you will be rewarded with gold as well as Lyria's grace. I will not deny the Nareens lived here once. I even played with Arak as a girl, but they have no place here anymore. Lyria did not shield them from the Tuatha. It was against her will that they remain.
So, you've been to the Hollow? Did you find the Paling Wand? 1,000 blessings on your head. Look, Arik, the Paling Wand. Just as your grandfather spoke of it. You've given us hope when we needed it most. We have little to offer but these herbs. Take them, and bless you. The Paling Wand will let us make a farm of this abandoned waste. Not without sweat and toil, mind you, but make it all the same. I, for one, will take great joy in wishing her sour face a blessed day every time we meet. For now.
Hello there. Think it's going to rain? Not that it matters. Cerebel says with the wand we'll fare all right. I'm sure she knows. Goodbye.
I have rolled up the song within these lands, raked the life from the bones of the earth. I've left it shivering and stripped bare. I hold its dying magic in my arms.
The people of Rathir hold fast to Lyria, but our faith is purer. Why else could we have passed the war unscathed? Everyone knows Candy has been sneaking off to the Fey Pools, but what in Lyria's name is he doing there? The priestess says Lyria spared Aethiof, but destroyed his faithless village. The priestess says Lyria spared Aethiof.
I hope Aethiof's daughter has learned the error of her ways. I give Demira's collection as often as I can. Everyone knows Candia's been sneaking off to the Fey Pools.
Have you heard? The priestess won't heal anyone. What could have happened? Everyone knows Candy has been sneaking off to the Fey...
The priestess says Lyria spared Aethiof, but destroyed...
And you're the one who caught the wayward drunk. I surely pray that Florian ponders what he's done, a thieving in our place of prayer. Right enough.
hold fast to Lyria, for she is the goddess of power and fate.
Best not to leave
She
town
determines who shall live, and who shall die, who prosper, and who starve. And she asks only that you love her, and strive in every way to cleave to her will.
Time may sap this country dry, and night put out its spark. Still, one valley will not be changed. For in its depth lies buried all the magic from these lands, and I will call it Gallifore, and it will sing my dying song, long after all the rest is dust.
Come in. What do you need today? Come see me again.
How goes the work? The monsters are dropping like flies, I hope. Very well. Just let me see how much I owe you. Well, there we are. All even. Would you like to continue helping me? I have refreshed your vials. Return when all 4 have changed color, and I will pay you. Remember, they will change color after you've slain 10 kobolds, 5 Kruks, 3 Etten, and 3 of the Jotun. Good hunting. Well, perhaps...